They got nothing to do with your oven situation, pal. Okay.
You're not impressing anybody. Okay, you're Brad Pitt. That don't impress me much.
Don't impress me much when you're running your oven 24 hours a day. Who do you think's going to pay for that? Who do you think's going to pay for that? Not Hello. That's not coming out of HelloFresh's end.
No, but if you do want to take
That's
$80
your nut,
away
pal.
from, if you do want to take $80 away from them,
Brunch, hit it, boys. Taylor Swift needs to take 10 years off.
ooh, that's a
10
long
years.
time.
She got to go away for 10 years.
That is a long, long time.
3. What would it be? 3,650 days?
2.5 Olympics.
2.5. You got to miss two. Starting. So which ones would she miss more? Which ones would she miss more? Tokyo is
2020. That's Summer Olympics.
Is summer. So she would miss more summer than winter.
What's
and
better?
Summer's worse than winter.
Summer's better.
So, well, in general, summer is worse than winter.
Ooh,
Shouts out Feidelberg
that.
poking that beehive. I'm hurt a little every time. I agree totally with his take, but I'm a little sad when people agree with his like summer's the worst thing. I'm like, man, that was us. We had that.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a lot of things over the years. Not a lot of it picks up traction.
Yeah, but why don't you all just listen to us?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's literally in the name of like our Twitter and stuff. It just literally commands you to listen to Brunch.
Just why the Gordon Bombay voice? Why the hell won't you just listen to me?
Should we change our Twitter name to Please Listen to Brunch?
We don't have a check mark, so we can change our Twitter handle to whatever we want.
Just maybe be a little more polite.
Listen.
Or listen to Brunch, please.
Listen to Brunch, baby. Let's do listen to Brunch, baby. So listen to Brunch, all caps, BABAY, and a couple of. Let me see if I can't do this right now.
No, don't do it right now. I'm not. I like our Twitter handle. I don't want us to lose it.
Then we just sign up. We just get a burner to squat on it.
Yeah, you could do that, or you could do or just change the display name.
Change. Oh no, it's got the display name has to remain Brunch. What if it's like listen to Brunch? You can't put a comma in a handle, huh? But listen to Brunch, turkeys would be good. I like calling people turkey from time to time. Yeah, Taylor's got to take 10 years off. She's got to go away for 10 years. She's whatever the bad vibes version of Heat is, she's got too much of that on her right now. She's making bad songs. People are making fun of her. She got like the LGBTQ community is like kind of on the fence about Taylor Swift right now. There's just too much. Taylor Swift should always be the, hey, look, it's very bubblegummy and whatever, but it's really enjoyable and it's good. That's what Taylor Swift's supposed to be. Taylor Swift is supposed to be a spoonful of sugar. And right now, she's just not that.
It's a spoonful of sugar with like some snake oil in it.
And we are, right. She's a spoonful of sugar with snake oil in it. And do you think that people are grateful for Taylor Swift right now?
No, definitely not.
I'm not. I don't feel amazing about Taylor Swift right now. So I think that Taylor Swift should, she's got to get back to what she was. And she can't just achieve that in one day or one album. So she's got to go away. We've got to miss Taylor Swift. We've got to think about it. And Taylor has to think about what she's done. She's just going off the deep end right now, and it's not good. The songs, again, stink. And what she's doing right now is easily replaceable. Get us a boy band. I did today, for the first time in my life, I listened to BTS.
Oh, I've never listened to that.
I was like, I'm going to start preparing for life without Taylor Swift. Because even if when she comes out with this album, I'm going to listen to it and I'll go to the tour and everything. Mm-hmm. But I know that her last album wasn't that good, and this album's not going to be that good. She's now the geniusly discovered pattern of Taylor Swift's rollout is no longer a thing because she's now put out three bad songs. Yeah. There's no. I was very excited when this was coming out. right?
Yeah, well,
Like,
I was
like, this is where we'll know.
Right, yeah. I was after the first two singles, pretty recently, like late last week. I was like, it should be time for some new Taylor Swift. Like this album is coming up. There's got to be a new good song coming out soon. New one, not very good, not good.
It sucks. It's
I wouldn't say it sucks. It sucks. It's very boring.
It's boring because it is the most generic bad thing in the world. It's following that 1-5-6-4 chord progression that you have heard. Every person has heard that chord progression a million times. It's the most common pop chord progression. It's Under the Bridge. It's Wagon Wheel. It's every Blink-182 song. It's Clean by Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I was gonna say
she uses it all the time.
I've definitely heard this like multiple times from Taylor Swift. There's always seems to be at least one of these on one of her albums.
Right.
But it's never really released as a single, or at least what was the one in Reputation that was like.
Call It What You Want.
Yeah.
That was a single.
Yeah,
that
I know.
Sucks.
That's what I was gonna say. It was that was a single. I like that song better than this one.
Right. I was waiting. I was waiting for this song to get good.
Yes.
And
it
never did. And that's what you experience with Call It What You Want. But instead of waiting for it to get good and then being let down with it not really going anywhere, it just turns into the most blah, generic thing you've heard. And I'm to the point now. I don't even look when a Taylor Swift song comes out. I used to be. It's pretty easy to detect whether or not Jack Antonoff has his hands on a song. I don't even care who's making the songs anymore. I don't care who's writing them. I don't care who's producing them.
Make them good.
I'm like, just please make me a good song. Give me some fun stuff, Taylor Swift. And Me was corny as hell. The You Need to Calm Down had one kind of cool part, but really just not a great song, and this was blah. So I'm not looking forward to this album, and that's not supposed to happen with Taylor Swift. So take a 10-year break. I'm willing to negotiate it down to 7.
That is such a long time.
I'm willing to go down to 7. Really, my drop deadline is 5, but I want it to be we're not sure whether or not the world's going to end before Taylor Swift comes out with new music. We need to miss her, and she needs to think about what she's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I said it a couple weeks ago that like Carly Rae Jepsen has basically taken Taylor Swift's place in my heart as like the bubblegum pop icon for me.
Yes, but again, it's kind of apples and oranges because she's not as much like the top 40 type as she is like, I make songs for men in their 20s and 30s. I didn't go to that concert. I had
You're
to
an
work.
idiot.
I was going to say everybody I know went, but that's not true. Every man I know went, and they all said it was amazing and that it was like 80% men.
Every gay person in Boston at this place. It was
every
great.
gay man, though.
Yes, every gay man, yes.
Somebody was like, one of my friends said in a group text, like, anybody else going to the Carly Rae Jepsen concert tonight? And somebody was like, is it appropriate for you to go? Isn't it like a bunch of 17-year-old girls? And we were all like, yo, there aren't any aged girls at Carly Rae Jepsen concerts.
You didn't bother selling
a bunch of gay
merch.
men and a bunch of straight men.
Yes.
My friend said that there was no women's merch.
It's awesome.
She's like, we're not gonna. If women, if I'm pleasantly surprised to have a large women showing,
put in a custom order.
Put on your put down your email address. We'll send you some options. It's gonna take like 4 to 6 weeks for us to print them and get them to you. But if you're the average person at my concert, here you go, guys. Here's my merch. Was it a good show?
Oh, it was awesome, and I convinced our guy Brian to go to the show in New York City.
Yeah, he didn't think it was that good.
What? He texted me. That's not what he told me in a text. He said it was a really fun time.
He was pandering to you.
Oh wow.
He was like, yeah, it was pretty solid.
It was. I would say that if I wasn't like a big time Carly Rae Jepsen fan, it would probably be pretty solid.
I mean, I think that at the end of the day, like Carly Rae Jepsen isn't reinventing the wheel. Like I love Carly Rae Jepsen. I listen to her stuff when it comes out. Like I don't think that other than like the vibe, I would be blown away by that.
My question to Brian would be like, well, what did you expect? Mm-hmm. Like because
it also looked like he was in seats.
No,
it looked like he was
fun.
in like a balcony type situation.
That's no fun.
You got to be down on the floor.
You got to be with the peoples. Oh, it was the sweatiest concert that I've ever been to. It was insane. It was an absolute sweat box.
Well, it was hot out and a bunch of dudes.
And
so
at the House of Blues.
Yeah.
So that can get real sweaty. It was basically like a disco show. It was really cool. Like it felt like I was in a time machine because it was like total 80s vibe with the set design and all that. Her outfits were like very 80s. Disco ball reflections everywhere. It was a good time.
How many outfit changes did she have?
At least like 3 or 4, maybe a handful.
Hell yeah.
It was, and they were all great. All really like tight leather, like very sequiny, sort of like reflective things. So it was really cool. And just like basically, she played the last 2 albums, and that was about it.
Awesome. I was going to ask what she, if she was playing much stuff from, or like non-hits from Emotion. I mean, that Emotion didn't really have hits, but like
all of Emotion was a hit,
right?
baby.
Exactly, right. Like it was a very beloved album. It wasn't like it wasn't super popular,
right?
But did she play all that? So like that's what I'm wondering if she would play, like the kind of
the deep cuts.
No. Although how can you tell these? Is it just like off of streams? When an album doesn't have a lot of popular singles, like how can you tell what the deep cuts are and what they're automatically playing this is?
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, the one song that like I was pretty disappointed that she did not play was Your Type from Emotion.
Yeah,
I was a little bummed about that. But
was that on Emotion or the second batch?
No,
I always get those confused.
No, it was the first one.
Okay, did she play Boy Problems?
Sure did.
Hell yeah,
yeah. And like I've been very critical of that song. It was
There's no way you could see that song done live with a bunch of dancing people and not have the absolute time of your life.
So she did No Drug Like Me, Emotion, Run Away With Me, Julian, Happy Not Knowing, Call Me Maybe, Now That I Found You, Give Me Love, Feels Right, Fever, which I'd say Fever is kind of a deep cut.
Okay.
For sure. Want You in My Room. Store. I was very pumped that she played Store.
Store is dope.
Yeah, it was awesome.
There are a few songs that just let you know someone's going to the store.
Yeah. Store was a good time. Too Much, When I Needed You, I Really Like You, Everything He Needs, Boy Problems, Party for One, and then the encore was Real Love, Let's Get Lost.
Cut to the Feeling was the
old hit.
Nice.
The old final E.
See, I would have. That's a great set list. I would have been a little. I would have judged to myself that her last song before the encore was "Party for One."
Dude, come on, that's
that
such a good live song though. Like that song is a party,
but that's
for everyone.
But that song is going full. Like Store is like the stupidest song in the world, and she fully embraces that. But Party for One is exactly the same as far as stupidity and are you really making this song?
Yeah,
goes.
Dude, but
I
don't
think
care.
people treat it as like, this is an anthem, and I'm like, dude, if this is your anthem, and again, ladies, I'm sorry that I said dude there, but we're talking about Carly Rae Jepsen,
so
you don't even listen to her, so. We are addressing.
Am I right, ladies?
Right, yeah.
It's time to bring back that segment.
Yeah, I don't think it's Am I Right. Is Are You With Me, ladies?
Are You With Me, ladies? That's correct.
Yeah, okay. Ladies, are you with me? You don't listen to Carly Rae Jepsen, right? I bet that our women listeners are going to respond and be like, I don't like not listen to her, but it's just something that says like, oh no, like I'm fine with her, but really at the end of the day is like you don't stan her, like dudes in their 20s
no strong feelings.
No, right. Although I say dudes in their 20s, but a lot of my friends who went were 30 plus.
20s and 30s.
It's just like, she's got that demo of, again, like if there were like a pie chart, there would just be 2 slices, like straight men in their 20s and 30s and gay men in their 20s and 30s. And like a little sliver for like, who knows? Like at any given show, who knows what can happen?
Just like a little sliver of like, oops, I'm lost.
Right.
Just stumbled in here.
Like women who work at the venue. And like women who Carly Rae Jepsen, like women who are in her band.
0.25
Carly Rae Jepsen is like Canadian women. You're like a lot of Canadian. I see what you're doing.
Well, Carly Rae Jepsen's mom was at the Boston show.
Really?
And her dad, yeah.
Whoa.
So,
big
parent show.
Big summer for parent shows. I told you that Mr. and Mrs. Tillman were at the old Misty show.
I choose to believe that he doesn't have parents, that he was just like dropped on the earth.
Absolutely. He just like emerged.
He didn't come from anything. It was a real good time. Also, she I forget what song it was, but there was one song where her entire band wore the same outfit as her. It was like all white, and they put on blonde wigs. And
that's cool.
And it was like a bunch of dudes.
Oh, nice.
So like a very, very non-problematic show, obviously.
What was the person who served them on behalf of Sia like? Did they come out during the show,
yes.
or
they came out?
Maybe that was a woman at the.
They came out dressed as Carly Rae Jepsen, and then they pulled off the wig and said, "You've been served."
Yes, like, hey, now you know how it feels. I'm Sia. People don't really know my face that well.
No, I would never. Wouldn't be able to spot
Sia. Really kind of half-asses that whole "I don't show my face" thing.
Is that like a thing that she does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's like a. I don't know why she. I don't know if this is part of it, but she's like a middle-aged woman.
Okay.
And I think that is like that like should be your thing. That like
right.
The person that's making these bangers that are charting and that
kind of
are
old.
Right. It's just like you're just middle-aged woman.
You know who's kind of old?
Who?
Carly Rae Jepsen. She's like in her mid-30s, isn't she?
I think right. Yes.
Yeah.
So that was my initial complaint with her. With "Call Me Maybe,"
she's like
she doesn't,
too old to be making this music.
Yes, because she doesn't do the. She doesn't say "Call Me Maybe." She says, "I can't do it." But she says like "Call Me Maybe." Nah. It's got like a little like twinge of just like sugar on the outside.
Like,
that's like a very.
Maybe she's hitting puberty or something.
Right. That's like a very like I'm like 16, and if so, I'm like I don't want to hear a 16-year-old singing this song. What are we doing? This is weird. But she was, what was she? She was like 29 when that came out, right?
Yeah, so she's 33 now.
Okay, so she was
about to hit 34.
So she was probably like 26 or something when that came out, which was way
but she
cool.
Did
she was
like
older
she
than
was
I
like,
was at the time.
She did look like she was like 19.
And that's what I thought was weird too. They really like kiddied her up in that music video. I was initially, right out the gate, I was like, yo, not doing this Carly Rae Jepsen thing.
Same. I was just like, this is like, well, I obviously expected her to be a one-hit wonder.
And it was before Carly Rae Jepsen let us know that she was making the stupidest music anyone could make. So I just heard that and I was like, yo, this person's trying to make good music, and instead she accidentally made a stupid song. Idiot, you
Burn.
suck. And then Emotion comes out and I was like, wait, it's an album of like meticulously made stupid music? Oh God, she's Ween.
Yeah.
She's like
there really is like there's so much to be can be such a turnaround if you just have like a tinge of self-awareness.
Yes, totally. I wonder if now that I say that, like Carly Rae Jepsen, does Randy like Carly Rae Jepsen?
I would assume so.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't like you creating this like Taylor Swift or Carly Rae Jepsen world, because then Randy's going to end up not
in like a world in which they both can't
it's just
coexist.
like an overall rankings. Like you had Taylor high, and that list also included like
Taylor
Fiddler
was
and stuff.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor needs to take 10 years off.
Taylor was my like pop icon, and now that crown belongs to Carly Rae Jepsen.
Gotcha.
Hey DJ.
Yeah.
What do you do when you're hungry?
Call the police.
That is the wrong way to approach the solution to that
Call
problem.
the hospital.
Well, if you're a normal person and you like to eat, HelloFresh is the company for you, because HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Easy, seasonal recipes and pre-measured ingredients that are delivered right to your door. All you have to do is cook and enjoy. They give you home-cooked meals, and they make them simple. HelloFresh makes cooking delicious at home. Makes cooking delicious meals at home a reality, regardless of your comfort level in the kitchen. Mine is not high.
So you can eat the food yourself.
Yes, exactly. You do it. You do it all. From step-by-step recipes to pre-measured ingredients, you'll have everything that you need to get a wow-worthy dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes.
And every opportunity to eat it after.
Yeah, and that helps you, and so you don't have to call the police.
There's no one getting in your way of eating that food, unless you have people there that you invited. That's not on HelloFresh. That's your problem, pal.
But HelloFresh can help you do that because they do offer family-size meals. So you can not only cook for just you, but
okay,
other
just
people
as long as everybody's eating their own food, though.
Yep. No picking off other people's plates.
Everyone's sticking to their own plates.
Also,
no, create a distraction so you look away. Two of them have teamed up. You look away the wrong direction. They take your entire plate away. Now you've got no food, no cutlery, no nothing but a drink.
And if you want to order the family-sized meals and eat them all yourself, then you go ahead and do that because we're not going to shame you.
And you can share it as long as there's ground rules. What's on my plate is for me. What's on your plate is for you. We're not pulling any funny business.
Get your own cutlery. We're approaching this on our own terms.
Cutlery not included. Don't make that HelloFresh. You
also no aprons included. We're not making that promise again.
You forgetting to get cutlery. That's your problem, bucko. Okay, that's not on HelloFresh.
Make deliciousness a part of every week. Break out of your dinner rut with our 17 seasonal chef curated recipes every week. There's something for everyone, from family recipes to calorie smart and vegetarian. And they've got fun menu series like Hall of Fame and craft burgers. HelloFresh has more 5-star recipes than any other meal kit, so you'll get something delicious.
And if you're counting calories, don't do it out loud one at a time. You'll be talking with your mouth full. You'll be going a mile a minute with your talking every 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No one wants to hear it.
HelloFresh is flexible and fits your lifestyle. You can add extra meals to your weekly order, as well as yummy sides like garlic bread and cookie dough. Easily change your delivery days, food preferences, and skip a week whenever you need to.
And if you're going to give some of the food to the dog, don't put the dog in a chair at the table. It's going to jump right off, and it's probably going to jump onto the table and start eating everybody else's food. So you think you're being cute, you're creating basically like Godzilla.
I can personally endorse HelloFresh because they've sent me meals. They still have never sent DJ anything, but they've sent it to me. I'm an idiot.
I think I know what I'm talking about here. I don't think I'm too far off base when I say what I'm saying here.
I'm an idiot in the kitchen. I'm able to cook these. They taste good. I have not burned down my apartment. I have not burned down other people's apartments in this building. So if I can do it, you can do it. So go to HelloFresh.com/brunch80 and enter promo code brunch80. That'll give you $80 off your first month of HelloFresh.
And if you're eating ice cream after, turn the stove off. You don't need the stove for that part of your meal. Just turn it off. What's the risk reward there?
Oh, I put ice cream in the oven again. Oops.
Best case, you put the ice cream on there and the stove, and it melts all the ice cream. Worst case, you forget. You burn the whole house down, just because you had to be a tough guy and show everybody what a cool oven you got. HelloFresh they got nothing to do with your oven situation, pal. Okay?
You're not impressing anybody. Okay, you're Brad Pitt. That don't impress
me much when you're running your oven 24 hours a day. Who do you think's going to pay for that? Not HelloFresh. That's not coming out of HelloFresh's end.
No, but if you do want to take $80 away from them, go to HelloFresh.com/brunch80 and enter promo code brunch80. That rips $80 straight out of their pockets. So you're really fleecing them.
So you wanna give HelloFresh a hard time? Fine.
Make them bankrupt.
Fine. You do that, but just know when you're eating, people are pulling tricks on you, pulling the placemat out from under your place setting, and then taking away your stuff one by one because you keep looking every time they say, hey, look over there. That's karma, asshole.
It's $80 off your first month of HelloFresh by going to HelloFresh.com/brunch80, entering promo code brunch80. It's like receiving 8 meals for free. Or, alternatively, you get $20 off your first 4 boxes.
You want to spread them out? Fine. Refrigerate them or freeze them. Don't just leave them out. You got to have people coming and going. They're saying, "Hey, what do you got? What is this? A fly museum?"
Turn off your oven.
But it's not HelloFresh's fault that you're a fucking slob.
For $80 off your first month, go to HelloFresh.com/brunch80 and enter promo code brunch80.
$500.
HelloFresh.com/brunch80 and enter promo code brunch80. Turn off your oven. We should create like a Taylor Swift album cover in the style of Fiddler, and it just says Taylar.
Yes. And it says the songs come out in 10 years.
And then
you can hear it in 10 years.
Throw it in the garbage.
Oh, I roasted the hell out of our guys, White Reaper, the other day. They tweeted out an album that was... I actually think it might be coming out this week. But it was... they tweeted out the back of their album coming up, and it said, like, side A, these songs, side B, these songs. And they crossed out every song except for 2. And I responded, are you fucking kidding me? Only 2 songs. Go back and make go
nice
back
album.
and make
Where's the rest of it?
Exactly. Go back and make a real album, then come back to me. I didn't know White Reaper until like a year ago when all our friends went to see them, and we didn't. But like, they're pretty. Like every now and then, I'll just like kind of like make fun of them on Twitter. And they're totally down.
Oh, really?
Right.
Cool.
They're like, I don't know them. They don't know me. And it was just a fun little rivalry. It's like basically like a PG version of replacing Father John Misty on Twitter. Think the Mist Man will ever get back on Twitter?
I won't even bother trying to predict that. It's a wildly unpredictable man.
No, it's an unpredictable man. And plus, Twitter's gotten worse.
That's true.
There's the new Twitter that everyone's complaining about.
Yes.
I finally just got it like 2 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. And I legitimately didn't know. I was like, everyone's complaining about the new Twitter. I think there's a possibility like I have it and just haven't noticed the difference because I don't know how to use Instagram
if you use,
or anything like that.
If you use desktop Twitter, you're an idiot anyway.
Oh, I for sure do.
Oh, what the hell?
Twitter.com. Yeah. No?
TweetDeck, man.
I used TweetDeck.
TweetDeck or mobile. That's it.
Did you get the anniversary thing of Twitter? You get that?
What, like
I got the other
congratulations?
day. I got congratulations. You've been on Twitter for 10 years.
Yeah, I got to be. Yeah, I've been on for 10 years.
Oh my god,
gross.
Ugh. I remember when I first learned about Twitter. Twitter came out when we looked this up the other day. I think Twitter came out in like 2006 or 2007, something like that. Mm-hmm. And everyone started using it in what, like 2010?
Yeah, like around there.
Okay, I learned about it in college in a journalism class, and they were like, if you want to do journalism, keep up with the news, like you got to use these things. Like Twitter is a thing where people will write like a sentence at a time, and it's basically just like a bunch of Facebook updates. And I was like, I will absolutely never. And then like a year later, I had an internship where people were using it, and I was like, fine, I'll do it. I was like, oh wait, there's no like criteria for what you say. You don't have to. I don't know. I thought it was going to be... I don't know. I thought it was just going to be a lot more like kind of segmented. And I was like, oh, God. I can write, hey, the Red Sox are losing this game, and I hate myself back to back, and it's just normal? Hell yeah.
And then...
Overall, how would you...
Never got better.
Have you enjoyed your Twitter experience so far? Let's check in. How we liking Twitter?
I couldn't live without it, but
that's
can't say that I love it.
It's bad. It's made all of our lives worse, and I don't think I could live without it. Like, even when I become a recluse, which is coming, I feel like I'm still going to kind of check Twitter every now and then.
Yeah, I could be a guy who doesn't tweet, but, like, I got to be on Twitter.
Oh, no. I mean, I've thought several times about not following anybody. See, I would do the opposite.
Tweet and, like, not
like
look at anything?
You guys need me. Like, how else are you going to get tweets that are going to get 10 likes?
Yeah, I think the worst part for me is like dealing with interactions, person-to-person interactions.
Yes, and
like the mentions.
Right.
If I didn't have to deal with the mentions, I'd be down to just like browse.
I don't know if it's the mentions that bug me. I get most upset with Twitter when people are either grandstanding or doing stuff solely for
interaction.
For like clout. And I remember that there was the guy that posted a picture of the psycho assholes who were making fun of, I think it was Eric Garner's death, and was like, these cops are disgusting, and like they weren't cops. And a bunch of people responded. They were like, hey, just a heads up, this is from the Washington Post.
And he didn't take it down.
This is from whatever. These are not police. Like, obviously it was awful what they did, but just so you know, like, you're putting something out here that's incorrect.
And he was recognized that he was incorrect, but he was like, I'm not going to take it down.
He was like, I can't control whether or not people retweet it. And I was like, yo, you suck.
Like, you literally can control that.
Right.
You just take down the tweet.
things like that. And like Twitter is also on that subject. Twitter is just like the ultimate confirmation that people are for sure okay with being wrong and being dumb. So Twitter like makes me upset about humanity. It's probably I was thinking a while ago, I was like, what's my favorite Father John Misty album? And it probably is Pure Comedy.
Sure
just
is.
because that's the one that's most about like, yo, we're all so bad. And like people, like we are a different species from other people and we suck right now.
I mean, the fucking, what's the one about like, Ballad of the Dying Man.
Right.
That song fucking rules. It's
I
just
know.
like,
it's like upsetting to hear because you're like, this is so real.
Yeah. And it's just like that song is just like this entire generation.
Yeah. Like, what am I going to do when I'm not able to like
Tell
dunk
people
on
they're
people?
wrong? Yeah.
Right. I said the other day that we're a quote tweet society. And I do that for sure too. Like if someone takes a shot at me or whatever, I could ignore them or I could respond to them. And I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think anybody's ever done that. They quote tweet it and they have their little quip there. So everyone can see I won.
You could say it to the person, or you could grab a megaphone and be like, hey, look at this idiot.
Right. So we're for sure not getting off Twitter.
So
onward and upward. Onward and upward.
Fans of Twitter.
Here's the 10 more, buddy. Cheers. You know what? Maybe Twitter will fill the gap over these next 10 years.
Ooh.
That Taylor Swift is leaving. How do you feel about that? You've kind of reacted here and there, but what's your stance on
Taylor Swift?
Taylar
Swift?
That's what he said. Taylar needs to take 10 yards. 10 yards for Taylar.
I think 10 years is too long, but I would be very okay with her taking a break, getting her life in order, maybe like...
I like that we've decided that, like her life is a mess because she's making
go to
bad
rehab.
music. Right, like your music's not very good, Taylor. Whatever is clearly affecting you.
Why don't you settle down, start a family, come back in 10 years?
Right, like maybe just like get in a different line of work with your hands, do some. We're like diagnosing why her music just isn't as good right now.
You take a sabbatical, come back, and get a little life experience. See where you come back in 10 years. No, I think 10 years is too long.
Okay.
I'd be totally cool with like 3 to 4 years.
But 3, I feel like, isn't enough. Vampire Weekend did 6. I think it's 6 is... And 6, and it wasn't like oh no, Vampire Weekend doesn't exist anymore. It was, man, they're taking their sweet-ass time. Haim, I feel like, takes, 3 to 4?
Yeah. But Haim
is a bunch of slowpokes.
Yeah, and Haim is like, I'm clamoring for it,
right?
And just, like trade cycles with Taylor Swift.
They're not. It's not. Haim isn't like they're taking their time because they just can't make music. They put out an album. We hear it. We're like, love it, amazing. More now, and they're like, 8 years.
Yeah, and it's they're like very very enigmatic to me because like they love music. They were raised in music. They're obsessed with the music, and they just don't put out music. It's fucking weird. Like I just imagine them always playing music. I bet they play music every fucking day, or at least like do something musical every fucking day.
Right? They're always at a concert. They're probably like working on other people's albums,
and it takes them 4 years to put out an album. Maybe it's just because they're such perfectionists that they like. Perhaps. Refuse to put out something that they're not super proud of or something like that. But it's weird that they take so long. Whereas like Taylor Swift is probably doing a lot of things. And I don't know if she's always making music.
So where are we at on Taylor? You're 3 to 4. 4 is 2. 3 and 4 is short.
A presidential term.
5. How about 5?
I don't know.
5.
I'll set my ceiling at 5.
Give me 5.5.
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
But 4 wouldn't be... All right, if it's 4, she's not talking that. She's not doing anything. No stupid Cats movie. No...
What if she becomes president? Then she definitely won't have time to make music.
She's as qualified as the current one.
But what's the appropriate amount of time that like people don't forget about Taylor Swift?
No one's gonna forget about Taylor Swift. I mean, Justin Timberlake takes years off.
But if she starts to make her comeback, people will be like, "Oh, Taylor Swift's trying to make a comeback."
I'm gonna look up Justin Timberlake's discography, because I feel like takes years here and there.
Yeah,
and then he puts out shitty
Look what happened
albums
when he came back.
Right. So 2020 Experience was 2013, and Man of the Woods was 2018. God, you waited 5 years and then came with that bullshit. That is rough. But yeah, like nobody thought that Justin Timberlake was out of the picture. Nobody was missing Justin Timberlake. Future Sex Love Sounds, 2006. 2020 Experience, 2013. So he legitimately
7
waits
years?
like 6-7 years. I think that it would do Taylar well.
All right. Well,
Just go away for a little bit, Taylar.
Say 4 or 5.
All these songs suck. You know what doesn't suck is Care Of, which is a subscription service that delivers vitamins and supplements customized for your specific health needs. Take a short quiz and answer questions about your diet, lifestyle, fitness, and health goals. And Care Of puts together a personalized plan just for you. Give yourself support this season with a boost, whether you're looking for energy, better sleep, to maintain stress, or something else to help you feel your healthiest. Care Of's fun online quiz asks you about your diet, health goals, and lifestyle choices. It only takes 5 minutes to find out your personal scientifically backed vitamin and supplement recommendations. Pretty neat. It can be really hard to know what vitamins or supplements you should be taking, but Care Of makes it easy to find out what you specifically need to be your healthiest. Care Of now offers protein powders available in individual packets for on the go and tubs, all personalized to your fitness goal and dietary preferences. Imagine that. A tub full of vitamins. So get on that Care Of thing. For 25% off your first Care Of order, go to takecareof.com and enter brunch. That is takecareof.com and enter brunch for 25% off your first order. That was what they want.
There you go.
They want that clean read. I gave it to them. Clean. Extra vanilla.
Okay. Do they have vanilla vitamins? Give me
Maybe
that vanilla.
you toss that in the tub.
They want that vanilla.
You
baby.
can find me in the tub. Speaking of all white everything, I saw a movie.
Midsommar.
Talking about Midsommar. Yeah. Saw it again. Had to beat the heat. It was heat beating season over the weekend. Everybody really concerned with beating the heat. How did you beat the heat? How was your experience in beating the heat?
I went to a beer festival in Portland on Saturday. There was a nice big tent there. It was right on the water. Got a nice little sea breeze. Beat the heat.
Nice.
And then I have this thing called air conditioning, so I didn't have to complain very much.
I went to a brewery. We were beating the heat in there. Then did some air conditioning stuff. And then Sunday morning, I was like, I'm going to go to the movies.
There you go.
And I saw Midsommar in its entirety for the second time. Now seen it 2.5 times.
Not to brag.
Loving our social media presence with Midsommar. If you haven't noticed this, in addition to perhaps us changing our handle, all of our tweets now are just Midsommar in parentheses 2019 with anything that could loosely be tied to something that's Midsommar. Pete sent the best one. It was the Austin Powers one.
Oh, yeah.
Will Ferrell. After he did a Testupan. A guy...
the SpongeBob one is pretty good, too.
Oh, yeah. That one we stole, for sure.
Well, we didn't steal. We retweeted it.
Yeah, we stole his valor, though, by retweet. People saw Brunch retweeted it. They thought, what's smart,
the influential retweet.
It did have like 2 retweets when I went to the Midsommar Reddit because that's where you can find guys like the Rand Man these days. I actually don't know if he goes in that, but we were chatting about it, and somebody posted that it was just SpongeBob wearing a bunch of flowers, and he throws the what's he doing? Throwing flowers at what's that guy's name? Squidward. So does Squidward not like SpongeBob?
No.
Let me ask.
He pretends.
Does anybody like SpongeBob? Patrick's dumb, though, right?
Patrick is very stupid.
So, you got to be dumb to like SpongeBob.
I guess so, yeah. Well, Sandy's not dumb, and she likes SpongeBob. Sandy's a squirrel.
We've probably suggested this before. Should I go and watch, SpongeBob DVDs?
Yeah, do it.
Have you seen every episode of SpongeBob?
Not every episode, but a lot of them.
But
I'm a SpongeBob. I used to be a SpongeBob enthusiast.
Okay. Was it because you were of that age?
Yeah,
or
it was on TV.
Okay. Well, so did you not do Rugrats?
I did Rugrats.
See, Rugrats was too young for me, but I still kind of snuck it every now and then.
Okay.
I was like, yo, this show is actually pretty good. You got Stu just inventing shit. How do they pay rent? How do they pay their mortgage? Stu is clearly an unsuccessful inventor.
He's a single dad too, right?
No.
I thought oh no, it's Chucky's dad is the single dad. He's the widowed.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Pretty dark stuff.
Yeah.
And then Phil and Lil are troublemakers, aren't they?
Yes.
They're kind of gross. They're eating everything.
Yeah.
I did notice this in Midsommar. Two things that are right there for you that I just kind of missed. You can, to further the point of they never really try to run away, and that's so weird, they all hear Connie being killed.
You hear? Oh, was she screaming?
Yes. There's like, as stuff is going on, as she's going to make the like pube pies with, or I guess there's only one pube pie was made with Maya. But as they're asking her to do that, as she's going in, she's like so happy to have been asked to do something, and you hear in the background Connie screaming.
Do they address it?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it's like very clear as day. I think that there's like that she might even react to it to be like, "Huh, what's that? Oh well, let's go back to whatever." But this was like an hour after they said that Simon had left. Also, when she gets named May Queen, Pele comes up and kisses her on the mouth.
I did know that. Yeah, she was on drugs, right? Yeah, she was very much on drugs. So
you're right, because they put them on drugs for the dancing thing.
But he goes for it,
right?
Really lays one on her.
Yes, he also.
You didn't notice that the first time?
I feel like no, maybe I don't know. I feel like I was like half covering my face the whole time.
That was when I was like, okay, this guy's scheming,
right? And the other thing, we were gonna have Jack Rayner on this episode, but he wasn't able to have representatives who respond to our emails. So
all 7 of them.
Little mix up there, but man, how is that movie only R?
What do you mean?
His scene where he runs out after hanging out with Maya,
just a lot of like flopping, a lot of dick flopping.
He is still mostly erect and covered in stuff.
What is he covered in? Blood? Oh, interesting.
He's just.
I think I blacked that one out.
I saw it on the subreddit. People were saying like it's surprising that it wasn't NC-17. Then I was like, huh. I guess I like just maybe eyes up here. Maybe I was doing that,
being very respectful of Jack Rayner.
But I was like, man, that is like the most explicit full frontal I've ever seen.
I mean, come on. I mean, if we're going to be able to show an old man jump off the cliff and break both his legs, or his lady just jump straight into a rock and smash together? Her face open.
You think they were together?
I don't know, but she was his lady in that moment.
It was a little confusing that when the lady jumps off before, she does like almost like a combat sort of thing, right? She does like
right.
Like honestly, like it's like there's like some martial arts.
She's been training. This guy, nope.
Yeah, that guy sucked at it.
But Randy made a good point that maybe he meant to do that because they had that mallet on hand and ready to go.
And it let them all yell.
But if you can do that, yeah, right. And if you can do that and show that on screen, why can't you show like a half chub?
Right. It
give the people what they
chub.
want.
It was a blood-covered front and a
3/4 chub?
80%. Nah. I'd say 3/4.
Okay, you're going to give Jax a little bit of benefit of the doubt here.
That's true. Yeah, if Jack were on, he'd be like, what are you talking about? Flaccid as hell. Also, I just happened to be cut. Yeah, so that's our
Midsommar check on.
That's our if you haven't seen Midsommar for a second or third time,
better get on that.
Yeah, it's been taken out of 60% of the theaters it was in, so it's not in one of the theaters I go to. So I only go to 2 theaters, and I went to the
not in 50% of the theaters now.
That's right. Oh, yes, right. By our math,
you think Midsommar is the best movie playing right now?
Is the best movie playing right now? From what I've seen, yes.
But you think it's playing right now? Remember that discussion we had?
Oh,
best show on TV right now.
Right, it's not. It's actually not on right now. Oh, that's another thing. After every episode of Euphoria, someone tweets that, and I'm like, we get it. You watch Euphoria.
Euphoria might be the best show on TV right now.
Is it on right now?
I'm sure it is. I'm sure somebody DVR'd it.
That's not my biggest complaint, though, with reacting or look at meism of pop culture. Like, I get that we all want to act like we belong, like we fit in, and as a result, we often say things hoping that they're well received.
Yeah.
With that said, shut the fuck up about Mr. Rogers and how it made you cry. Like, I saw that trailer came out and I was like, oh, here we go. And everybody was like, oh, I'm already crying. Like, get over it.
I was one of those people.
Were you?
Yeah. I thought that trailer was unbelievable. It was a very emotional trailer.
It was awkward.
Awkward in what way?
That Mr. Rogers had a very kind of staccato way about him. And I understand that Tom Hanks was just doing that, but that's not how Tom Hanks sounds. So when Tom Hanks is like, won't you be my neighbor? I'm like, yo, Tom Hanks, you sound weird as hell right now.
Stroke
right now. But that's what Mr. Rogers did.
It's called acting.
But it's like a bad Mr. Rogers impression, though.
Sort
of,
it sounds.
Yeah. It's the Mr. Rogers version of, hey, Freddie Mercury had an overbite. Get over here, dude. Let's stuff 4,000 teeth into your mouth. You're gross now. Hey, look, you look like Freddie Mercury, and he fucking didn't.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think you'll get over it.
Why does everybody need to say that? Why does everybody need to let you know, hey, I cry when it comes to Mr. Rogers?
I just think
because it's been so well received,
right?
No,
I think
so. They just want to play along.
I think that there is a very emotional aspect to Mr. Rogers, especially like now.
Why is there an emotional aspect? It's so
he's the most pure soul.
So you watched. So you're young enough that SpongeBob was in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you care about Mr. Rogers?
I watched Mr. Rogers when I was a kid.
Did you?
Yeah.
See, like I felt like I was at like the tail end of Mr. Rogers.
No,
I was like, he's cool, but like, are we gonna start crying over Lamb Chop now?
Lamb Chop
like
was
Lamb
great.
Chop was also happening.
Lamb Chop was awesome. No, I was Mr. Wheelhouse was still in my Rogers.
Yes.
And you know, I think that he's like I feel like Mr. Rogers. I wouldn't say that he's like timeless, but that guy lasted long after he was done.
And he's a television icon, and
he's a pure soul. Like the fact that nothing has come out about that guy.
I was going to say, if people
like,
were looking, if he were going on right now, people would for sure be looking into why they could rip him down. And I'm sure there would be something that he swore one time or something like he swore one of the kids, so gonna kill him.
I think there's a video of him swearing, like building a tent
really?
On the show, and it's hilarious. And everybody was like, "This is great."
Yeah, I don't make no mistake. I like Mr. No, I won't say I love Mr. Rogers. Again, like he's one person, and he's.
I think that Mr.
Like
Rogers
Robert
holds
Williams.
a special place for me.
Okay, why does he hold a special place?
Because
I
grew up
14-year-old people on Twitter though who are like, I saw a documentary and I cried, and now there's gonna be a movie and I'm gonna cry.
There is a lot
of
participation.
Relax.
Yeah, there is a lot of participation, but I think that it's not fair to say that everybody reacting that way is just being like, ooh, I want to participate.
A lot of them are. I'm going to change. I was going to say I'm going to make a new Twitter account for this. That's like a congrats, you cry about Mr. Rogers
Twitter bot.
And then every time I see Mr. Rogers cry, but I'm just going to change the brunch Twitter handle to congrats, you cry about. Or I should be like, oh, so you cry about Mr. Rogers, but you're not crying about like anything, something horrible in the news. That's, I don't know. I didn't know how you'd feel about it, but yeah, I just think that it is, it's a little much. So relax
you should
with the Mr. Rogers making you cry.
You should start replying and be like, ooh, so you only cry for straight white men?
There you go.
there
you go. Problematic. If you cry for Mr. Rogers, you are a bad person. It is so easy to do that with really anything.
I was listening to
it's the old like, oh, but what about the troops?
Yeah, I was listening to a Midsommar review this week, and
nice.
Like there was like a panel of three. They all like really they didn't like it to like really didn't like it to hated it.
Oh wow!
And so I was listening and I was like, all right, I'm interested to see why this movie is being panned by these very serious critics. And then like 10 minutes into the movie, it was like, well, honestly,
it's all white.
I was very sick of watching these white people, these very boring white people, and I was like,
I actually did wonder whether or not that was a conscious choice by Ari Aster, that it's all set in the sunlight, that just like all the clothes they're wearing are white. And I don't know if that would be problematic or not if you did that, but like that, just like he wanted everything white, everything bright.
I mean,
and then like he like
the whole cast wasn't
hey,
white.
Like Will Poulter's character, like let's make him white.
Yes.
It was just William Jackson Harper.
Right, but then also Connie and yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like
I also did notice though, like I'm like, this is
it was a predominantly white movie,
and I wondered if that was like
it's also a cult in Sweden.
Right.
So like, what do you want? So I don't know. Like as soon as I heard that, I was like, all right, I'm done with this review.
Speaking of problematic movies, this week, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood comes out.
Problematic?
Yes.
Why?
Because Margot Robbie was the third lead.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Because you didn't speak much in this movie.
You don't have as many lines as the other guys. Yeah. What's that about? Why do you hate women, Margot? She's like, what? And what did what's his face say?
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, he's like, I reject that premise. He was so flustered.
That is how he responds to like criticism.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like,
that's not what I was doing.
Watch. There's like a very famous YouTube interview on YouTube of him like just completely rejecting this guy's like this guy who's like I think he's the interview is like very known for like trying to prod his subjects and like Quentin Tarantino got fucking pissed, and it was like that for about 2 straight minutes.
Oh god.
And it's a very enjoyable watch because the other guy's an asshole.
Nice.
So I very much enjoyed it.
Well,
Quentin Tarantino is a rather interesting person to like watch in his mannerisms all the time, but especially when he's angry and bothered.
What else did those haters say about?
I don't know. I turned it off after 10 minutes.
Really? You're like, this isn't as good as Midsommar.
This is not for me.
I could be watching Midsommar right now.
If you're a betting man or lady, we sure have the website for you. BetOnline.ag is a wonderful betting website. They make it easy for you to place wagers on whatever you want, whether it's baseball, whether it's whatever else is going on right now. Not a whole lot of sports happening right now. But if you want to bet online, then do it at betonline.ag, because if you do so, you'll get an extra 50% added onto your sports betting bankroll on your first ever deposit when you go to betonline.ag and use the promo code CLNS50. And that gives you an extra 50% bonus that will be added onto your balance within seconds. Maximize your earnings. Score up to $1,000 worth of free plays from this one deposit. All you need is a minimum deposit of $25 to qualify for that bonus. So go to betonline.ag and go betonline.ag/betonbrunch is the URL that you need to go to, and then put in promo code CLNS50. That's betonline.ag/betonbrunch, and then the promo code is CLNS50. That'll give you an extra 50% onto your bankroll. And just a reminder, as DJ likes to say, $500 for free. That's not true. It's not $500 free.
Big
it's
money.
An extra 50%. So again, once upon a time, once more time, betonline.ag/betonbrunch. CLNS50 is the code. Please see BetOnline's general rules for additional terms and conditions regarding those bonuses, but go ahead and start betting now.
We saw The Lion King. New Lion King is out. As emotionless and just bland. Hollow is a great word for it. Just hollow, bland, mailed in.
So I didn't hate it as much as a lot of people seem to.
Not the worst movie, but I'll never watch this again, or I don't need to watch this again movie.
Yeah, it was entertaining and interesting in just being able to watch it and like seeing that movie sort of like just being remade, and like I was very interested. It was visually spectacular. I thought that like the CGI was amazing, and it was a fun watch, but there were definitely aspects, especially at the beginning, where it felt hollow, and it just felt like a very unimaginative remake where they just like recreated the cartoon shot for shot, and like it looked cool, but
not
I want
as
to
good,
see,
obviously.
Yeah, right, and like you lose the nostalgia feel or like that like sort of special thing, and it just felt like it was unimaginative.
Yeah, you say that the lines were that it's shot for shot. A lot of the lines were the exact same, and I think what's most symbolic of how just much worse this movie was is that James Earl Jones plays Mufasa again, and I used to love doing like a Mufasa impression when I was younger, like once I hit puberty. And like I would love to, so I love all those lines. I like the "Let me tell you something my father told me." Mm-hmm. Not the best impression, but like with me and my friends, we would just talk like that. So like I know a lot of these lines, and that's how he said it. He like in a very like there's a lot of wisdom behind it. Like, let me tell you something that my father told me. And in this, he's like he says the same words, but it's just so like.
Let me tell you something my father told me.
Simba, get over here for a second. Look up at the stars. Some shit. That's
it doesn't
all
have
there.
the epic feel.
No. Although they still do a lot of the like Mufasa has all this wisdom thing, and I think it's so funny, like the idea that like he just had like one kid, and he thinks that like that makes him like I am going to impart all of this wisdom, and it's like, dude, you're just a fucking lion. Like you're just trying to figure it out like
you're
everybody else.
You're a first-time parent. You don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yes, exactly. He's a first-time parent who's trying to who really thinks he's got it all figured out. I bet the other lions are like. Ugh. Mufasa is so annoying now.
This guy read one parenting book, and he thinks he can tell us all what to do.
Mufasa is insufferable. So it that kind of stood out to me. Also, did you notice Mufasa? I don't know if this was in the name of being woke or what. Mufasa doesn't yell at Simba after he goes to the gorge.
Yeah, the elephant graveyard,
right?
Yeah,
but they still have the line of Zazu saying "Go easy on him," and he says,
and they still have like teach my son a lesson.
And so he leaves, and then he's like,
"Yo, don't do that." And then they like joke
you can't
around.
Be doing that. I love you so much.
Yeah.
God, I love you.
And then they start like playing.
Yes,
and
immediately.
And I was like, "What the fuck?"
But he still says the lines.
Yeah,
he still says he
sets it up like he's gonna like beat the shit out of him or something.
Simba, you deliberately disobeyed me, man. And what's worse, you put Nala in danger. But in the movie, or in the Disney one, or the original one, it's you deliberately disobeyed me. And what's worse, you put Nala in danger. And like you're fucking scared for Simba. You're like, I think it's that Mufasa saved Simba, so he could be the one who kills him. And in this, he's just like, yo, man, we still boys, you did. But you know what you did, man. That was messed up. But I gotta hug you. I can't not hug you. I love you so much.
Yeah. It was I definitely that stood out to me as being like a weird sequence.
So do you think though they did it because they didn't want to portray a father yelling or like a parent yelling at a child?
I don't know. I just think that like
I think they're getting ahead of it because they know that in like 5 years that's going to be gone. Where like raising your voice at anybody right is or at anybody is out the window. So they're like, yo, we're not going to be a problematic movie
unless you're Bagel Boss.
Unless that.
Would have been cool if Mufasa was played by Bagel Boss.
Don't get me started on that. Would
have been awesome. Just Mufasa is just a guy from Long Island.
That guy did that.
Angry.
That guy did that, and I was like, wait, why is everybody celebrating this guy? A, he's behaving poorly, and B, there's something wrong with him.
Yeah,
like I always get
very
mad
much
about
hates himself.
Right, like I get very mad about the like picking and choosing with like when people are mental health advocates.
Yeah,
I'm like that is somebody who is mentally not well, and then they're like, yo, but he's got 7,500 videos of this, and he does it on purpose. And I'm like, oh fuck me, like what? I'm trying to look out for. For humanity.
I do think that it's funny that everybody's super woke until there's a very funny video in which like somebody's a misogynist.
What are we not going to laugh?
Yeah, right. And they're like let's make this guy famous and let's celebrate him.
Oh,
it's a weird picking and choosing that we've got going on here.
Right. But what? Go ahead.
I was gonna continue the Lion King discussion.
Same. I was gonna another thing that I hated. My favorite song in or not necessarily my favorite song from the soundtrack, but one of them is "Be Prepared."
Yeah,
I love that song, and they do like a verse of it while Scar, I don't know who is playing Scar, just kind of talks through it.
Chiwetel something, I don't know. It's like he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Okay,
I cannot pronounce his name.
Oh, also while we're on the subject of Scar, I want to talk about the visuals in this movie. You've got Scar, who was on crack. Who was on crack?
That is it was Crack Lion.
That was
Crack Lion.
What's like Crack Bear? Like
yes.
the Bruins logo?
Yeah.
Has that always been a term?
As far as I'm concerned.
I learned it like 4 months ago from you, and it's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, so he was good though. Like I was disappointed that they didn't bring back Jeremy Irons.
Right.
But I mean, going back to the Mufasa thing, it's probably good that they didn't, because they would have just mailed it in.
Inject some new life into it, yeah.
So I thought that he was good. I thought that as far as bad, the voice acting was definitely an issue in this.
I agree.
In this movie, the worst was young Simba. I thought young Simba was terrible.
Right.
And Beyonce wasn't very good.
Agree.
I didn't think that John Oliver was that good either. I expected like more life and more personality as Zazu.
I think there were 2.5 good voice performances.
Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner were by far the highlights.
Billy Eichner was, and I went into this a little worried that we're Kate McKinnoning slash Hannibal Buressing Billy Eichner, where it's like, okay, so let me get. They're just going to have him play a hysterical character, and he's going to yell the whole time, and that'll be that. Mm-hmm. And at what point does the flavor wear off? Not yet, because Billy Eichner did exactly that and was awesome. He totally stole the show. Seth Rogen was really solid, and I thought that Donald Glover was good.
Yeah, Donald Glover was good. Yeah,
but yeah, Beyonce was like, fine at best.
Also, like, they put Beyonce in and they gave her, like, she got a chance to add a new original song, and it was useless.
And
it was
Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Sucked.
Yeah, it really did. It wasn't good. Her original song was useless in the sense that it's not a very good song. I'll never listen to it, or I think it's called Spirit or something.
I thought it was fine. I haven't listened to it since, though.
You'll have no use for it.
Right.
And also, there was no use for it in the movie. It was just like, it was in there for 30 seconds, and it was just them running from the jungle, from Timon and Pumbaa's jungle, back to Pride Rock.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Well, I think we're actually where they messed up, and maybe this would have made it worse, because as it was, Beyonce's performance was, as we said, like, just fine. Maybe you just ramp up Nala in this movie. Like, something had to be different.
There were a couple Nala lines at the end of the movie where she's like, "Let's go, Lions."
Like,
I was like,
"Ladies,
oh
let's get in
God.
formation."
Yeah,
but I'm like, have her say that, because if it versus the like "Tigers assemble,"
but it was. I
was like, I could see Beyonce reading that and being like, "Tigers assemble." Yo,
yeah, it was.
Can you give me some lines here, please?
Right. It felt like very much a nod to being like, hey, we're doing like a ladies thing here.
Oh, okay.
And like, yeah, but it felt really forced and really cringy in that moment.
Then they should have made it. Let's get in formation.
That would have been great.
I would have been like, hell yeah. I feel like they should have done more with Nala, because that was like the one space where I think there was... where it just could have injected a different energy into the movie. I did love this, though. The like one scene that they did show Nala back at Fraggle Rock with everybody.
Fraggle Rock. What's Fraggle Rock from?
Fraggle Rock.
What is that?
Whoa!
It sounds familiar, but
Fraggle Rock. It's a TV show.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't know it.
It was like they fuck with the Muppets. Oh man, you don't know Fraggle Rock? Then you definitely don't know.
Oh, no.
You definitely don't know Eureka's Castle.
No.
That was a good one. Eureka's Castle, I feel like, if you watched High now, would be crazy.
You know what Fraggle Rock is?
What's that?
The Muppets. On crack!
Yes, exactly.
Who was on crack?
They're the Muppets. Who was on crack?
Who was on crack?
Who was on crack? So they're at Fraggle Rock when like it's like bad times, because Scar, who is on crack, is leading them.
Yeah,
and it's like middle of the day and it's like dark out. And I'm like, all right, the king doesn't determine the sun. Like every time they showed Pride Rock when Scar was there, it was like they were just like factors that would not be determined by they've got a bad lazy king.
Right.
Like
there are still sunny days when like the Trump is president. It's still like 90 degrees and sunny outside.
Right. And they say that there's global warming.
Yeah, and I thought that what was I going to say? The hyenas really didn't do it for me. There wasn't there wasn't enough going back and forth between those guys.
Who were the hyenas? Was that
Eric Andre
was it Key and Peele?
Yeah, Key and Peele. Keegan-Michael Key was one of them. Eric Andre was one of them, and then I don't know who the main one was.
Okay,
it was a lady.
Yeah, let me. Lion King bad version.
Is Shenzi Shenzi is a hyena, right?
Yes.
Florence Kasumba.
I don't know who that is. What's she in? Oh, she's in your movies. Captain America.
Oh,
okay.
She's
an Avengers person.
Ah.
Where okay. So it was Eric Andre that was Eric Andre was the silly one, yes?
I believe so, yeah.
Nice. Well, not a very good movie. Don't need to see it again. Excited to see.
What was your favorite song?
My favorite song
for me
was
a very clear one.
Either Circle of Life or stupid Just Can't Wait to Be King.
Ooh, okay.
What was yours? None of the songs stood out to me as good.
The Lion Sleeps Tonight. I thought that was the best
one.
one.
Oh, no, that was I had douche chills during that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love that one. I thought that was great, and unfortunately, it was the shortest one. It was like a minute long.
No, all the songs were the shortest one. All the songs were like 45 seconds.
They did breeze through them for a movie that was like a half an hour longer than the original one. I don't know where the extra time came from. I really don't.
Yeah, they're like we were just saying, like there aren't any more lines. There's no. Yeah, where that.
I have no idea where it came from. I really don't.
Also, in this movie, it was way more obvious that Scar killed Mufasa. So I found it funny that at no point were they like, yo, Scar probably killed Mufasa, right?
Like the one guy who had motivations to kill Mufasa went ahead and did it.
Right.
Not exactly like the first 48 going on over here.
Right. Okay. Well, that was a bad movie, but this is a good podcast. Toodles.
Who was on crack?
Oh, now. Oh.
Who was on crack?
Nice to meet you. Where you been? I could show you incredible things.
Crack!
Magic, madness, heaven, sin. Saw you then, I thought, oh my God, look at that face. You could be my next mistake. Love's a game, wanna play. New money,
Crack!
suit and tie. I can read you like a magazine. Ain't it funny how rumors fly? And I know you heard about me, so let's be friends. I'm dying to see how this one ends. Grab your passport and my hand. I can make the bad guys good for a weekend. It's gonna be forever or go down in flames. You tell me when it's over if the high was worth the pain.
Crack!
Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane. 'Cause you know I love the players. Oh, you know I love the players. 'Cause you know I love the players. Woo! Oh, and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless,
On crack!
and we'll take this way too far.
On crack!
It'll leave you breathless, baby, or with a nasty scar. I got a long list of ex-lovers, and they'll tell you I'm insane.
On crack!
But I got a blank space, baby. Oh, I got a blank space, baby. Oh, I got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name.